told you.
No, you didn't.
Fuck, I can't hear sound. Can anyone else hear sound?
We said it already.
No,
Right.
it's
Muted.
auto muted. It's auto muted. It's really
It's
dumb.
all the way
Oh,
up,
that's-
man. It's on your end.
Yeah, it's on our end. Like it
It was muted
auto
first.
muted.
That's kind of retarded.
It is retarded.
Big pick, big pick.
Alright, they got one down.
Can we push up?
Ryan,
I
Ryan,
got
Ryan,
bubble,
Ryan
I
just
got-
scored it. Ryan just scored it.
Give a headshot one.
They have no Zarya bubble. No Zarya bubble. Diva one, Diva one.
What's wrong in this picture?
Should I not be flanking?
Okay, so do you see the person that's inside the fucking courtyard? Should they not be there?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh,
Should
okay.
I not be flanking? Or
Yes.
is there something wrong with the team comp?
No. Look at where your tanks are, and just in general, look at where your healers are, and where your DPS are placed. Think about that. Think about the positioning at this point in time. You've got to pick straight up. You've got to pick straight up, okay? And it's been about 5 seconds since that pick happened, or 3 seconds. 3 seconds. 3 seconds.
So we should run the
Well,
fuck in, anti them, just
Where-
swing.
No. Well, you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing by holding shield up, making sure that it's actually safe to go. You know, they don't have any resources. Like you waited basically until the Zarya bubbles come out, and look,
Okay.
that will be the case. Here, look, watch,
Give a headshot one.
They have no Zarya bubble. No Zarya bubble.
and look, it's
Diva one,
caught,
Diva
and then you guys slowly push in. But what would have been better though? You've got an immediate pick.
Go in and kill everything.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
Why was no one shooting the shield? Why was no one pressuring their Ryan when they're down a healer? Like you're holding shield up, and you're sort of half-ass kind of pushing into them when you have a clear advantage already, and you can further that advantage by pressuring them a bit. And you have very little risk of dying because they don't have a stun on their side. They have less heals, so they're already going to be playing a bit more passive. Like it's okay to say, "Oh, I'm going to swing now, use some resources on me," and then try to actually chunk their resources down in return. Like you guys are waiting too long. You guys only went when they made a mistake, like another mistake other than getting headshot by Widow. You only waited until they made another mistake and wasted Zarya bubble for no reason. And that's only after that, after like 3 seconds after that Zarya bubble went down, did you guys decide to go in. This fight could have ended by now. You guys need to be a bit more decisive. Like recognize that you have advantage, be decisive, and act on it.
I just want to point out though.
Diva automatic,
Oh, can we
Diva
pause it for a
automatic.
second?
Play point,
I
play
get
point, play
very
point. Ryan,
scared
Ryan,
when
Zarya,
I'm
Zarya,
by
Zarya.
myself and there's no one else close to me. Like, you know
You
what I'm
weren't
saying?
really by yourself though.
Well, no, but you see how close their team is compared to how close our team is to me?
Let's hold the close corner.
Mm.
I'm holding up back right.
Roger.
They switched to dive. They switched to dive.
Okay, Roger. I'm playing back a little.
Yeah,
Maybe not
just
dive, and then
monkey, just
Winston
monkey.
Goats, Winston Goats, Winston
Yeah,
Goats.
Okay, okay. Someone up top.
There's a pick, there's a pick. Push up,
Break
push
dead,
up.
break dead.
It's a monkey.
Push up.
Yeah.
Don't go too far.
Yeah, yeah, don't go too far.
No, no, we're a pick. Push up.
I blade.
Do we have now?
Fuck. I'm gonna buy a new headset. My headset sounds fucking shit.
Yeah, it does.
My mic sounds trash as well.
Yeah, but mine just keeps cutting out. I didn't even know that was happening. Fuck.
We keep telling you your mic scuff, your mic
Yeah, I
scuff,
didn't
your mic
know.
scuff.
So one of you has already picked up on this by mentioning something already, but
Nifty
wrong
said
with
that-
what's wrong with the call that's made here to push up?
Top.
We don't.
Our
Why
composition.
why is this a call that you make, Galileo? Why do you want your team to push up? You've got to pick.
We should pick. That's why.
Yeah, you've got to pick. But why do you think this is a good decision?
Because we're 6 and they're 5. So if there's going to be any sort of fight, we're gonna have to fucking win.
No, I think Shadow's
Don't go too far.
point is that we shouldn't run into them when they're goats, even if we have a pick.
Like
Is that right?
no, but like
team
what
comp.
is this ass positioning? You just got to pick and you're delaying them, but that doesn't mean that you can just push into a choke against a dive. You even know
We're not-
you know that they're dive as
We're
well.
not. They're not dive. They're not dive. We called it.
Yeah, the Winston goats.
They were just Winston Goats.
Well, it's Winston with the Winston dive. Okay, if they have a Winston on their team and a diva, then whatever. It may as well be dive, and this is a bad idea. watch. Look at where the team is. There's some low ground, but there's a Winston high ground. What happens if your healers get stuck here, and your tanks are here?
Can't we
If
turn
you're-
on?
if they just decide to like run at your tanks, and Winston drops down behind you, that's gonna cause a lot of problems. Trust me.
Mm.
Like if they're a good team, they would very easily kill you here in a very easy neutral fight for them. This is you've basically positioned yourself to be cut off from your healers. Don't do this, please. There's nothing. Okay, it is perfectly acceptable to fucking be aggressive and put pressure on them, but don't like put yourself in a bad position against their team. Like it was perfectly fine just holding here, and then when you confirmed if they're gonna come here at the top or if they're gonna decide to push here, like once you've confirmed their route, then you can be aggressive and meet them, but don't commit to something when you don't know what the other team is doing. Like you didn't know where the main tank was. You just saw the half of his team, and the other half was still respawning. Like, and you've already committed to positioning your team into an area where they're gonna die. Like, don't do that. Let's take it easy. Be patient.
Nano?
Not yet.
Alright, backing up. Shield's going, charging shield.
Someone above, monkey.
Still up top right. Still up top right. You shot one.
Oh,
Nah,
fuck.
you know where they're sort of going. You got picked. That was on your main tank there because you should have been holding shield up as you're backing. But it happens. What is the very next decision you guys should be making here?
I think we were playing. Oh fuck! I think we're playing to regroup and point.
What do you guys think is the ideal situation? Your team is just backed up. You've confirmed that their tanks are on the high ground here. And the Zarya is sort of not alone, like she's just used the personal bubble, but she's sort of chilling. And you just got picked. Well, what happens in this situation?
So like a
The
soft
easiest way to think about this, you want to play for time. You are correct. You want to play for time. Yeah. You want to wait for your teammate to get back. Yeah, but that's not the main objective here. The very first thing you should think about. Okay, as a main tank, how am I going to secure my team's position now? They're obviously going to push in. How about I stand here and make sure that my supports are able to first you stand here. You make sure your supports get into the point. They're now applying ejector pressure. So the other team now has to hard commit to point if they want to actually get anything meaningful, rather than just take a fight out here, then go in. But sorry, what was I saying? It's okay to secure a position for your supports and then just hold right here, and just meet them. Keep applying pressure while backing up slowly all the way. You want to play for time. So playing for time isn't necessarily like giving up ground, because you guys do this way too much, and this is why I said I only do too much though, because you do this constantly. And this is what the main thing. When something bad happens, you guys just like oh fuck, okay, let's just run away. No, you have to give up ground slowly. The more time you give your teammates to get back, the better it is. Main thing here. So you guys are backing up. That's fine. But look at how much space he's given up now. Couldn't your supports who are already standing in that position that they are now, couldn't they have just walked onto point and then the tanks stay where they are? It's not like you're breaking line of sight for long on the healers, or like your tanks are low in that instance. Like you've given up potential for your team to get return kills here, and you've boxed yourself in. to mention that your widow was up there as well. You're 3 down. What should be happening?
I don't
Just
know, hold
down
as long as we
point.
can.
Yeah, just fucking down point. Why are we committing to a fight where you're already gonna lose? Don't
I thought
understand this.
I was trying to outtrack and I thought the Zen wouldn't have out yet, so I thought we could win with that. My bad.
No, it's just a bad idea, dude.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
oh no, there is a difference. 1 sec, give me a sec. Yeah, what's up? Thanks. Guys, just give me a second. Let me mute myself. Just a minute. Discuss why this fight is wrong. Because I'm still listening.
Okay, is my mic better now, by the way? Or no?
We
And
shouldn't
it's the
have
same as
used
always.
blade.
Is same as always as in shit, or can you hear me fine, or
I can hear you fine.
okay? Because
It's
I
just-
literally
don't
just
know when you'll cut out. You
Okay,
eventually cut out, and
I literally just
have to
pulled
tell
everything
you.
out and replugged back in. So maybe it's gonna fix
Okay.
it. Okay. What's wrong with this fight?
Electron
let's
was
see.
saying something.
Shouldn't have used blade.
Yeah.
But do we
that
use
was
blade this
bad
fight?
call on me, but yeah,
Yup.
I said I was trying to outtrack, like I said, and I thought the Zen didn't have out, and Jack called out before he died that monkey was really low, so I was like, dude, we can use Nano Blade to win since their brick is probably like just come back, and the monkey's low, and if the Zen doesn't have trance like I thought, then we can use Nano Blade to win, and I was wrong.
Micro. I like the fact that you're doing this. So you're being proactive about all tracking and actually trying to look for advantages. That's a really good sign. I
Uh-huh.
like this, but there was nothing wrong with just coming back and auto winning a fight with Nano Blade. Like you didn't need to commit everything here because of the nature of Nano Blade. Okay, it's fucking Nano Blade. Like you just come back and win.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Do you know
Like-
we should have known that Zen had ulti, to tell you the truth, because he literally 5 dinged you, so we knew he
Mhm.
got a fucking
Yeah.
hella charge off you, and then he just killed our widow, so we know we got a hella charge off our widow too. And then since you're almost at ult, we should have assumed that he'd be either fucking at ult or
Well, we
gambling.
won the
And
first
look-
fight
look,
really fast, though.
that's just
so
that's
that's
just
why.
having good ult tracking. Yeah, that's just having good
Yeah.
ult tracking. I'm not expecting you guys to have that kind of good ult tracking yet. Like most top 500 teams don't come that accurately. They'll come pretty accurately to how you're saying, but it wouldn't be that accurate. Still, like it's just when you're playing at the level you are, it's okay to rely on your ults a bit, but don't just like throw it out expecting magic to happen. Okay, like actually plan the usage. Don't just throw it out. It's the worst thing you can do.
Mm.
All right, let's continue. Actually, I'm gonna stay quiet because I just want to do this thing. But the next fight
Okay.
that comes up, just pause it on your own or something, and just I want to see you guys plan a proper what you should be doing. Like I want you to do a proper reset stage here. Just here, like while we're talking, what do you think should be happening now? At stage.
We should be calling
What-
out.
I
that we
want perfect
have-
comms. So what is? So I want to hear as pretend you're in the game. Just be like try to call the major things that you should be calling, and then make a plan off that.
Okay, so we should be pretty much essentially saying they have no trance. I think I call there that I'm gonna go for shatter. That's why I'm calling for a
Yeah.
shield battle. But then I realize there's no shield. So then so that happens literally right here.
Yeah.
What else? We know that they've used no other ultis. Monkey was late because he switched. He was originally Ryan at the start, so he switched. So we know everyone else should be either at ult or close to ult, except for Monkey.
Mhm.
What else? We pretty much need to regroup. Once we regroup, then we can push in. Should we still have the widow? Maybe we should change a widow at this point.
Potentially.
I mean, they've got a Diva Winston.
Let me think.
Is that it? Seriously?
I don't know.
You're not actually planning to engage. Plan.
Yeah. I mean,
What's
we
your-
did think that we would go in with Shatter. And...
We're planning a shield battle, but then we realized the moment, literally in the
Go
next 10
deeper. ability usage. What are we waiting for on their team? Where do you feel like you have advantage when their Zarya bubbles down? When their Ryan shield is low, where do you feel you have advantage as a team, and how can you? What is the enemy team's weakness? What is their weakness right now? Okay, their comp, and how can you exploit that? I want to hear that. I want to
they've
go
got-
that in depth.
They've got fuck all heals essentially. If we focus someone down, they can't burst except for Brig.
Hmm.
So literally, Widow should damage someone, and we should just try and pick.
Okay, so covering what you guys just said, they have a significant lack of shields, but they do have DM there, but Zarya bubbles. Yeah, that's all good. Yeah. But you all agree that Widow looks pretty strong here. That if you secure her position, that she can do stuff. She'll at least get fairly consistent damage off because of the lack of a big shield. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds like a plan. So let's go secure the high ground. So we automatically know that we're going to go walk through high ground now. Let's secure the high ground. She can infra sight and put pressure on the team. They're going to be forced to point or they'll stay out in the open and try to engage us. Either way, we have the high ground now. We secured position of Widow. Once we're on the high ground, we still have Shatter. We still have the Zen ult. So it is perfectly suitable for our main tank to now go, okay, I'm going to go drop down and go try to go to point. We have Zen ulti in case anything goes wrong. If our Ryan makes a play with Shatter, massive. But you already know that you have these 3 ultis. You can play around them. You don't have anything else to help you. So you have these 3 ultis. You've now planned your attack, right? You've planned where you're going to use these ults and how you're going to use them. And then you can go do the attack from there. This is what I want to hear. This kind of level of planning. It's like, okay, I've understood the enemy's weakness. I understood what's strong on my team against what they're playing. I can do this to help this player and then move on to actually the objective and do this. Or I can go do this now with this ulti. Like this is the level of planning that you guys need to have. That's why every player needs to learn sort of, oh, okay, you need to inherently learn to pick out the weaknesses on the team. So, oh, they're running Winston, so they're gonna have low shields, or they're doing this, or so they're running bunker, or they have high survivability, but they're really stationary. So how can I exploit that fact? So it's more like your own understanding of Overwatch, and then being like, oh, okay, this player on my team can exploit that fact, or I know that character exploits that fact. Okay, maybe I can try to help. I can tell that player, oh, hey, you're going to be strong against this. Why don't we try doing this? Everyone needs to be thinking at all times. That's why you have 6 brains, and that's why the team works better when everyone's thinking.
Hmm.
You guys all have a basic understanding of the game. A basic understanding of the game will lead you to that level of planning. And already look where your Widow is. Your Widow is trying to get the flank. Why not just help her?
He said monkey low just then, but nothing before that.
Can we kill the Zarya?
Just go.
Just a quick one. This is me sort of nitpicking. What could you guys have done? Just one thing better. The one thing better in
Yeah,
this
I have
fight.
transfer.
Monkey low, monkey low.
Pay your
Um,
ult usage. Pay attention to your
Zarya
ult
no-
usage.
Zarya no personal, Zarya no personal.
Okay.
Is it about graph or something?
Okay. You called
that-
Zarya no personal, but why did the shadow come down immediately?
Mm,
Zarya is
think
a
that
high level
was-
target, yeah. She has no personal, yeah. But was she in a position to be shadowed? Not really, because the brig was standing in front of her.
yeah. I think that was more of like Galileo's own call.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he did say he was looking for shadow, so he just tried to
Okay,
go for it.
it's okay to be looking for shadow, but
Uh-huh.
don't
Yeah, it just didn't work out.
yeah.
Mm.
What you should be doing in the reset phase, like, okay, I'm going to use shadow this fight. So your team knows that shadow's going to come at some point in this fight, and from there, don't ever feel rushed to use your ult. Use it when you think it's good, but just let your team know as you're using your or as soon as you've pressed that button. You just need to be like, okay, I've used shadow, or I've caught this many people, like just immediately, so your team can react. Like you're not the expectation isn't for you to use it, like say it and then use it 5 seconds later. Your team does have some reactionary capabilities. Don't worry. You can say it a bit late.
Can we kill the
Just
Zarya?
go, just go, just go.
Thank you.
Demon. Focus you.
I'm getting back. I'm getting back.
Yeah, that fight would have been one if he held shadow.
I'm swapping over.
And wait for the bubble to be wasted, because he would have to waste it eventually if you're doing enough
Do you
poke
clear
damage.
or something else?
Like the core there should have been to pressure their tanks
Dev, Diva Bomb, Primal.
to force healing resources and eventually force the Winston bubble. And once that bubble's gone, then you've basically enabled your shadow to come out on at least one target.
Monkey above.
Kill the monkey.
No
So-
bubble, no bubble. This is good
That should have been the
for
play
us.
though.
Right, monkey on the right, close right.
Yeah, push.
Monkey. Alright.
You pop prime.
Hang on, is Electron still here?
He got out.
Yo.
He's out. Kill
Oh,
Crazy.
okay.
I got a call. Give me a
Monkey
sec.
had Diva Bomb.
It says you're not here in the queue thing.
You got a call?
What? No. I'm just saying, like on the bottom right, it says that.
No, someone said they got a call. I would rather wait for people.
No. I don't think he said he was a call.
Was that in the VOD then? What the fuck?
I don't know.
I'm here.
Yeah. Galileo, are you there?
Yeah, he's got a call. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just.
Hold on.
didn't-
Okay, let's go take a 30-second break.
Okay.
Break
Nifty,
it,
you here?
he's gone. No, alright. Do you want a Kree here or something else?
Okay. Dev,
I've
Diva
played.
Bomb, Primal,
Yeah.
Trance, Rally.
What, the rally? Yeah. When did it beat? Was it when you graph? Hmm. Nah, that's probably when he graphed. You don't get speed boost. You don't get outcharged from like speed boosting people and getting kills.
Alright, sorry.
Yeah. So,
Sorry, I don't want to call.
yeah. So I think after you graph, he probably just beat and then speed boosted all of them into us. So this seems about right. His outcharge wouldn't be that high.
Alright, do I miss anything important or not really?
Not really. You're lucky that Shadow heard that you were taking a call though, because none of us did.
Well, I said it.
You heard it, Nifty? Why didn't you say anything?
Because I think he assumed that you heard it too.
No. I was saying no. Nobody said that they had a call. Cause Shadow was like, "Did someone say they had a call?" And I was like, "No, I didn't hear anything." Yeah, we were all confused for a while. And
Well, I'm good now. Sorry.
yeah, okay. I think Shadow's not here yet. He said,
He said BRB. Okay.
Yeah.
No, look, I think they used the basic tactic against us. They killed our tanks, and then the rest of you guys were just mincemeat. basically.
Not really. I mean, if you look at their out, like their Zen's only just getting his out. I think before this team fight started, their Zen had like, I don't know, 60, 70. So if we had played it smart and we like didn't use our shatter immediately, we could have gotten that shatter off. They would have used beat, and then we can grab and win with that. Cause I mean they grabbed us, but I had transfer that, so we were okay. It's just yeah, we had 2 tank outs and they only had 1 support out, so by right that fight should have been ours. We just got a bit too like gung ho with the shadow and we didn't get any value out of it, and then we ended up using graph and they just beat it. So again, like I mean we got the Lucio beat out, but no value apart from that. So
When we were grabbed just then, or do you mean when they were grabbed? When you press Q, they had rocked beat. Why would I not be swinging?
Line of sight. You basically want to cut off. So you either cut their team in half, and then whichever side Zen is not on, is the side that the rest of your team focuses basically. So you're guaranteed to kill even if they commit a support ulti.
Yes,
It's basically
it's
just
not
yeah.
a hard concept.
I'm sure you've seen it done. So.
There's a
Someone
monkey
above,
behind us.
monkey above, monkey above.
Look at the monkey.
No bubble, no bubble. This is good for us. Monkey on the right, close right.
Yeah, push.
Monkey. Oh,
You pop primal.
He's
okay.
half, he's half.
Why did
He
they
got out.
use everything?
Kill free,
though?
kill free.
I'm
Can't eat the bomb, can't eat the bomb.
You.
It's just the primal Winston, and your entire team's there. Like it's not gonna hurt.
How did I?
Yeah. In that instance, you guys should have just been like, oh yeah, let's just wait for primal to run out.
Okay. They
Oh,
still have
or
time,
just okay, let's go top while primal's up. There's no reason for you guys to commit to that fight.
back.
okay.
We need to go. Oh, there's a pick. Oh, that's not a pick. What the fuck? Okay, we have to go.
Wait for Ana, Oh, she's here. Okay.
Man, look at the time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we're fine. I still have team shield.
Yeah, we're going to know.
They have grab again.
Dashing up, I mean.
I'm dead.
Point. Someone point. Quick. Someone point.
Really gonna learn anything else from that?
Is there nothing to say about that one?
Nah, the rest of that map's pointless.
Yeah, okay.
That's good. You sort of see. Look, I like that. Galileo is trying to teach you guys how to run the neutral fight. That's good. And he did it based on ability usage. That's good.
We still know my ult team.
Is the video playing for you guys? Because it's paused on my end.
Really?
Okay.
Me, it's playing.
Oh, that's strange.
Ah,
Fuck.
okay.
I don't know what for you.
You didn't really miss much. We missed us just wrecking their team.
I bubble now. I grab
Careful, we have no amp, watch out.
But swing. Shield.
What went wrong here
We're so split.
in this push? So you
Oh,
guys, you guys just 1 point.
Zarya has nothing.
You're all regrouped. The other team's regrouping. What went wrong?
Zarya has nothing.
We gave them ground.
Zarya has nothing. Zarya has
Watch
nothing.
through it again. Just watch through it again.
I don't know what for you.
We back up. Alright, back up a tiny bit.
I bubble now.
Yeah.
What just happened?
We gave ground, or that's
Yeah,
what it?
we just backed up for no reason. Is that it?
no,
Team shield.
There's multiple things there. Yeah, the major thing is the consequence of what happened there is that you guys wasted resources and you backed up and gave up space. Yeah, but
Mhm.
what was the initial thing that caused this to happen?
Zarya has nothing. Zarya has nothing.
I don't have
Ryan,
bubble for you. Be careful.
Because half our team
Yeah,
went
yeah.
through, or some people went through the corridor instead of backing up, or that's not it. They split us, they split themselves off, or no?
Okay. You
that-
have just eaten a fire strike. Their team is transitioning through the doorway while their Ryan is pushing up. So that Ryan now has no fire strike. Okay. His brig is not in range of him. But your team is what are they doing? They're like backing up, they're doing their own thing, like they're all running around being pointless. Like you should just swung your hammer into him. Like you don't need to only go based off their Zarya bubble going off or their fucking Zen not having yours or their Ana not having yours. You can punish positioning. You miss like a free 200, 300 damage there, either on shield or Reinhardt, okay? And then you just wasted all your resources when they started swinging around the corner and then backed up way too much. It'll
Alright,
clutch.
back up, tiny bit, back up, tiny
Use
bit.
all your bubbles.
I grabbed
Use
it.
your
We have
amp.
no amp. We have no amp.
Use
watch
your
out.
DM.
But swing, 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 shield, 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 shield.
Ryan, if you can, Ryan.
Heals up.
Why is your Discord there?
See, I don't understand. When we call back up, right, people start running up the top there. That doesn't make sense. They should be backing up
I bubble now.
to where they can't get
I
flanked.
grabbed it.
Careful.
Well,
No, that's your fault
My fault? Why is that my fault?
because you backed up.
Yeah, but it,
No,
I,
look,
I told
you
look
to
how
back
far
up.
you
We have
backed
no
up.
amp, We have no amp.
Look how far you backed up. That's your fault.
We have no amp. Watch out.
What is wrong if you holding this corner and holding your shield over here is to ensure your team is able to heal themselves up and stay alive, and then they can turn and all look at you and put resources into you while they have this entire space. But by you standing here, you ensure that the rest of your team gets healed up and that they control this entire point. By you standing here, you have let your team cross into here. You've given them sight lines into here, all the way onto point. Like your positioning punished your entire team here.
but swing, 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 shield, 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 shield.
See, look how far good they got.
Right,
They
right,
got in behind you.
Heals up. I've grabbed.
Nah,
Just
back
don't-
up.
just
Back up.
don't
Back
point
up.
That was
Go on,
completely
go on,
main
go on.
tank positioning, dude.
Zen's on point one, left hand side.
But the thing that
right,
led
right,
to
right,
you
right,
making
right.
that mistake was everyone's mistake, especially Diva not calling out that fire strike was down and that she's eating. Especially that. But it was the team's like consecutive individual mistakes leading to Galileo making that massive fucking mistake.
Let's
Okay.
shadow rally in next
We
fight.
split too much that fight. We split way too much.
Shadow rally next fight.
Keep stealing point.
At least important abilities. Like if you eat Onanade or if you eat Fire Strike, like you just call it like it's off cooldown because that gives your team opportunity to push without taking too much damage. Because Fire Strike eats teams, eats fucking teams in healing resources if you do it at the right time.
Dude, Fire Strike creates charge like massively. It's fucking
Yeah.
insane.
Like it's an important ability.
Keep stealing point. Nifty.
Okay, so 6 ults. 6 ult fight. What's the plan? Oh, what
I
actual
think
plan?
I think
Like,
Alatron said something like Shatter Rally.
No, I
in the
think
vote.
don't I
Yeah, I
call
was
shield
saying
battle?
to Shadow
I'm pretty sure I
Rally.
call shield battle, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you were calling Shoe Battle so that we could get our Shatter off and
And I think I call they have shadow 2, don't I? I'm pretty sure I call they have shadow
I-
2.
I
Maybe.
can't remember that.
That's 50-50.
don't hope for too much, man. Don't rely on your ult tracking in game right now. Make a plan with knowing understanding only your ults right now. You have 6 ults.
Oh, okay. I'd say Graph first, and
No,
then
I think it's better to shatter first because
really.
if we shatter first, then he uses grab, then I
This
gain
is
one
really
shatter
important
back.
that you guys get
Ah,
right,
right.
by the way. This is really important you get it right because this is going to think about this. You have all your ultis, so you have a lot of options here. The decision you make here is going to to define your entire tempo for the rest of this map. This decision. is what defines the tempo for the rest of the map. So you need to decide how fast you want to play. How are you going to cycle your ultis? Think about that right now.
I think we use Shatter first because when Grav gets used, I gain Shatter back almost immediately if it's a good Grav.
Hmm. Yeah,
Either
okay, I
with
can see
either with a Fire Strike or either with swinging.
that. Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. And it was what was called as well, because Elatron did say Shadow Rally this one. Shadow?
Do you know why I disagree with all this?
No.
Think about cycling. What ults? Okay, what ults are strong together?
Grab bomb.
Grab bomb. What else?
Uh,
What ultimate combos lead to kills in your team? What are the biggest ult combos in the game that will guarantee you 15 fight wins? Because that's what you need to think about. That's how you're gonna plan the rest of your game. Like you need to cycle out the right things now. So basically, you want to win a fight now with your shit ultimates. Is the basic plan you want to do,
okay, well,
or the ultimates that are very easy to get.
Okay, so in this what we have now is Grav's Grav's a fucking too good of an ultimate. It's not. I wouldn't classify it as shit ultimate. Bomb is not a shit ultimate. Like Trance is amazing. Beat is also amazing. Like the only two shit ones would be Rally and Shatter, essentially. I mean, Shatter's not
You really
shit.
think
but
Shatter's
it's
that
easily-
shit, dude?
No,
Nah.
but Shatter.
Dude, Rally is by far like second or third most important ult in goats. I don't know what you're on about.
compared to what Trance and Beat.
Yeah, it's fucking important, dude.
Look, Shatter's easier to come up though.
That is partially correct. Beat and bomb. And yes, Grav is not as important, but I would say Shatter's less important than Grav here. Yeah, but the reason I'm saying in this situation, yeah, okay, I agree with you there. But in this situation, when you have Shatter and Grav, I would use Shatter first because the Grav enables Shatter to come up online faster. So that's why I just say use Shatter. So yes, you've reached the point where you're actually thinking about the shit. Shatter, bomb, beat. Those are the abilities you can use. Why? Because Grav enables Shatter again. Rally enables beat. Bomb is just bomb, whatever.
Sorry, how does
It's the-
Rally enable Beat? Is that the only reason? Okay, I thought. I'll be
I'm pretty sure in every single like Overwatch League team fight there has ever been, the Lucio farms his ult during the Brig rally because he just can't kill him.
Hmm.
Okay.
He just free fires into oblivion and then he just wins.
No, I was under maybe there's some like intricate mechanic that I don't know where if
No.
you keep healing people, like they get armor.
You've just
the
allowed him
beats
to
push-
shoot and he gets beat. That's it.
Okay. I'm seeing that.
No, yeah. So you're using Diva Bomb to win this fight. You're using the beat to make sure nothing bad happens in this fight. So if they counter engage, that's your answer. And
So-
Shatter is your kill potential maker. Like you're shutting down whatever they have, or you're punishing their positioning. So it's very
So-
easy to win the fight with these three ultis, but they also play into the fact that the next ult usage is going to bring these ults back up.
Okay,
You've just cycled up to 4 fights ahead of you. And
Okay, so for this
ensure that 4
fight
fights will
then,
be good.
we should try to bomb behind them in the moment they turn around with the shield shatter. Would you say or
No.
no?
You just walk into them. Just walk into them. Like legit, if you just walk into them, be really aggressive, and then as soon as anyone gets low, just beat straight away and then bomb. What do you think's gonna happen? It's already a devolved fight because you're already inside their fucking team, okay? Because you've pressed W into them. They're going to be forced to use resources. You're going to be in a very aggressive position. What happens in devolved fights when a bomb goes off? Someone usually just dies. If it's well placed bomb, and the diva understands how to punish enemy positioning at that time, and it's going to be a devolved positioning from their team. They're not going to be where they want to be. You're going to kill someone, or you're going to be able to focus down someone because the bomb's cutting off the healers or some bullshit like that. And then Shatter is just literally just there to like legit just punish positioning. Like when you walk into them and beat, someone's gonna be step out of shield. Someone's gonna be in the wrong place, and then you can just shatter and just win. Like if you catch it like an important target, like Ryan or the Zen or the Zarya, or even Brig. Brig is actually quite pretty important in this fight as well, because you guys probably would have worked out if you had good ult tracking that they have Rally, and Rally's the only thing that really counters this, because they extend. Basically, the only way for them to win against you guys just aggressively walking into them is to survive just long enough until that you've wasted all your bullshit, and Rally helps that fact a lot. So that's it. It's literally the Diva Bomb and the Shatter punish positioning, and the base just dead enable you guys. That's it. And then you cycle up to 4 fights after that.
Nice. So, alright, grip up.
Back up. Get back. Micro, get back.
Yeah.
I hope you
but
learned
just
anything
tell
from
me
what I
that.
just said.
Yeah.
But you understand like why that's an important thing, yeah? Like if you've won your neutral fight and then you've ended up having 6 ultimates, then it's a really important decision. Like you need to pick the right ultimates to use.
Watch out.
Yeah,
There's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
we're gonna win this. I need a full shield.
Yeah,
Alright,
Dev, Dev
Alright,
Shadow
guys.
Grab Bomb
Field
Trance
battle,
speed.
field battle, okay?
They have
Field
everything
battle.
but rally.
Field
Alright,
battle.
copy
Just
Rally.
Focus shield. Focus the shield. Focus the shield.
Okay.
That's what you need to do. Focus shield.
Okay, grab.
Zarya's
Focus
a
shield. Focus shield.
personal.
Focus shield.
Their brigade is still alive. And she's
The very first call, when that situation happens again, what should have been the first call?
Focus the shield.
Okay.
That's
So
what you
look,
need to do. Focus shield.
let's just rewatch it.
Okay, grab.
Zarya's
Focus
a
shield. Focus shield.
personal.
Focus shield.
What should have been the first thing out of anyone's mouth?
Break?
Anyone's mouth.
Break behind? No?
Okay, just to stop here for a second.
Look where your Lucio is. Dear God, he's still up. just be like, I'm still up, guys. I'm gonna beat, and just fucking walk into them because you win.
This,
Mm.
don't get me wrong. Is it the awkward moment where we were paused for like 5 minutes?
Yeah,
at
yeah,
this
we were
point?
paused. I just cut it really
Yeah.
seamlessly.
So literally, by the way, Shadow,
We
this
had a
hit,
discussion.
we were literally paused for 5 minutes talking about what we should do.
Yeah. And we still
Oh
lost.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
We were saying we were saying that they have no Lucio, and I was like, oh, I can trance if we need, and people were telling me not to trance. We can win without any support ultimates, because like both teams are shattered, but our Rhine is up, so we thought we could, I don't know, get some picks with that, and we didn't need to use anything else. So that's why I held trance, and and our Lucio helped beat as well.
I think we lost this
their
fight.
brigade is still alive.
Yeah, we lost this fight.
Yeah, because no one called out. Oh, our Lucio's still up. Why don't we just fucking beat and then walk into them?
Hmm.
No, you would have auto won the fight if that one comm happened. If that one comm happened, like, I'm not shattered. I'm going to beat. Then
To tell
instantly.
you the truth,
Brigade is
I
still
was under the
alive.
impression that everyone else was
Really?
shattered. Someone said everyone shattered.
No, I said Lucio wasn't shattered, and then Stiha just kept quiet. I was like, oh, I'm not shattered, and Lucio isn't as well, so we can win. Do we need beat or trance? And then people were telling me no. So I was like, okay, we just win, and then we lost.
You should just thrown it out. That's like like you couldn't ask for anything more perfect. Like you've basically made the enemy team initiate on you, waste their resources, and still be at a disadvantage after it.
Yeah.
You couldn't ask for anything better.
They
know
have
when it's
no
on
Lucio.
the-
They have no Lucio.
I didn't get a single heal.
Yeah, if
The
yeah, I
very
can
first
see
thing
it.
that comes
If we
out
had
of
beat, then we
Galio's
would.
mouth after is, I didn't get a single heal. Like, see?
Oh, get back. Don't die.
Back in spawn. Back in spawn. Back in
Okay,
spawn.
let's grab in here. Grab bomb, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, I'm already 60 to next shatter.
Can we go?
Trying to make sure that
Alright.
mine shit.
Base bomb.
I get getting stunned. I couldn't even fucking.
Zarya's low.
Like, it's okay. It's bad. It's bad. It's definitely very bad. But I'm not gonna. If you want to play like that, fine. But what should have happened there? What should have happened in that entire fight? What should have been the very first call during the reset phase? As soon as that happened, as soon as they used their ult, what should have actually happened?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm thinking something along the lines of I've just used trance so we won't die. So while we're in the graph and we can't do anything, we should be calling out who to target once
They
we get out of the
initiated
graph.
first, yeah. They initiated first.
Yeah.
Someone should have just said die fast. You're at your spawn. The enemy is just ticking time the longer you're extending the fight. You should just said die fast and come back with ult advantage and win.
Okay, so
This
other
this
thing-
team fight lost you this map. I'm pretty sure.
okay, so the other question I had is I think we fucked up on using too many ults as well.
We should have never used the ult in the first place. That's why your ult economy is shit as a team, is because you guys take fights where it's just there's no point taking the fight. You can just die and then come back with ult advantage.
So just go in once we get graph,
If
just
you're
die.
next to spawn and they have committed major ults to kill you,
Dry push.
just
yeah.
fucking just kill yourself. Just don't worry. They're taking time while you're fucking extending the fight. Just die fast, come back, and win the fight next fight.
Mm,
Yeah, we should have done dry push. He's right. The moment they used everything on us. Okay, actually, do you know what? Just while we're here, actually, there's one thing that I noticed that other teams do and we don't do, which is where we have a plant and we have ults, and we always seem to be ulted first.
yeah.
There's not what do you mean?
Yeah,
Like
that's just that as
us
well.
initiating with ults is
No,
what
no.
you're-
They're initiating on us first when we have the plan to use ults. Like we're waiting. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah, that's
like
because you guys are just slow. Yeah, you guys are just slow. That's fine.
well, it's not fine. I think it's terrible because they win the fight of us being slow.
Yeah, but that's because your brains are tiny right now. We will
Well, their
expand
brains
those.
are tiny too. We're literally versing a team
We
in the same
will
rank.
expand your brain cells because you guys are trying to incorporate too much garbage into your gameplay at once, which I really shouldn't be making you do as a coach, which I'm not going to make you do as a coach anymore. But you guys are trying to taking a lot and trying to add it to your gameplay all at once. It's going to get confused at times. I'm not going to beat on you guys for being a bit slow on the uptake with things. You're at least attempting to play in the right way rather than butting your heads against, plats with the same plat brain mentality. You're actually trying to improve yourselves. I don't care if you guys are slow. I just care that you guys are trying to learn to do good things, and then once you turn into habits, it will come quickly.
All right.
Come back, Nifty, come back.
We shouldn't have grabbed when they grabbed. That just fucked us hard.
I threw it.
Don't worry about a bit.
Literally goes to what I was saying.
Shit right now. Just keep your comms up. That's all I want to hear from you guys.
But it didn't move. Here?
Okay, we can start engaging. You're good.
Alright.
Actually, on that note,
Kill,
in every single game, I want you guys to go in the mentality. We're not here to win. We're here to practice our comms and just practice our set plays. Meaning, okay, if we're gonna do grab bomb combo, then let's help our Zarya and Diva. Let's keep them alive so they can actually try to do the grab bomb combo, like get their timing down and stuff. They can work together and do that. Like go into that mentality. Don't even try to win. Just work on those set plays, work on your comms, and then we'll bring up any shot calling issues or any comms issues or like anything like that. We'll bring it up in the VOD review like this, okay?
Actually, that's
So even if you make bad decisions, don't worry about it. Just make the decisions. And that's all I want to hear from you guys. And just try to plan off what you're doing.
that's something I want to bring up. Like, have you noticed in these fights, right? We always, well, not these fights, but just then, right? And it happens a lot in our games. Every time, well, not every time, sorry. When we're grabbed on, we grab them back if we have grab a lot. I think if they get grabbed, we should just fucking not use anything and just suck it.
I think your Zarya's player is used to winning fights. Because he's got good players in comp.
But you agree with what I'm saying, though, right?
Toxic.
No, but I understand why he's doing it though. It's actually a good thing to do. It's actually a good thing to do, but he can't. I can't ask him to play down to your level, dude. It's hard. I can only tell you guys to just die fast and have advantage after. He's doing the right thing by actually grabbing there.
But okay, so if they grab us and we grab them, right? I don't understand the advantage to this. Like, so they're stuck and we're stuck. So we literally just traded grabs for nothing. So both teams are now down.
Yeah, and then you kill after. Yeah, and then you kill them after with a positioning advantage because you basically by doing that you have forced the enemy into position where you get to make the decision first.
Well,
It's basically like playing first in chess.
okay. So,
But
but
you've given yourself
unfortunately-
the option to do your thing first.
Unfortunately, at the
that's
moment
best
though,
thing.
every time we seem to connect with Graf, we just seem to get rolled.
Because you guys don't talk. That's why I say work on comms first. Don't worry about strategy and other bullshit. Just work on comms and everything will get fixed. I'm telling you.
Kill, brick.
Heals right.
Wait for your shield. You guys are impatient again.
I got no
Sorry,
shield.
Guys, nothing.
Guys, they're focusing shield. We're not. Like, what's?
I'm gonna
Gala, try to avoid
I can transfer.
the whole they're doing this and we're not doing it. Like don't it's that way. It's like just be like
Alright, they're focusing shield and we're not. Our shield is
like literally just be like more. Oh, okay. Can we have a bit more focus on the shield? Just say it like that. Don't put it like that because it kind of tilts your team. And I've like it doesn't sound like it. It doesn't sound that bad, but in a game when people are stressed out, it actually does tilt them. Try to avoid.
I can't do much more than slap my stick, and that does nothing to a shield.
That's fine, but I'm not talking to you. But someone on our team is not obviously focusing shield because my shield keeps breaking way before theirs.
What the fuck? Full dive? Really? Full dive?
The video's paused, I think.
Okay, is that fixed?
No, I gotta think if I refresh the page, it should work.
Yeah, I think everyone has.
I think that wouldn't this be better if we're just watching your screen?
Nah, this is better, trust me.
Is it? Okay.
Nah, this is better.
Are we still in spawn?
Yeah, we are
Yeah,
still
it's in
spawn.
spawn.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. That was just me then.
One-
We're going bridge, I imagine.
Yeah.
Activating objective. Yep.
Or should we? Yeah, go bridge.
I'll keep an
They're
eye
gonna
out
run
for
Fender
Fabric.
too. Yeah,
Alright,
they're
they're
They're running Farah.
Okay. You've seen a nade used. Alright, whatever, but nade doesn't really matter here, but the Farah has just used all her bullets. Shouldn't you be doing something like saying go to objective or go left or do something like they don't have any pressure on you anymore?
Just wait.
As a main tank, you need to recognize what their DPS are doing. You need to like be like, oh, okay, they're not bullets in their fucking guns right now. Okay, let's go do this right now, guys.
Just wait.
It's actually your job as a main tank
There's a
to
ball
watch.
Never would've.
Watch
Probably
the
triple
DPS.
off
Running
forward DPS.
Yeah, we do.
Ball
Okay,
is
okay,
spotted.
Fabric.
Alright, hold.
What's the plan? You guys are just like calling out what's happening. What's the plan? What do you guys think he should be doing?
Switching up to team comp.
I don't think Team
What
Comp's
do you mean,
terrible.
dude? This team comp is perfectly fine.
Really? Dive against.
I think we should just be literally hardcore on point. Like they've got two heroes, like the Widow and the Farah, that don't want to go under point, but that have very long sight ranges. So we should be playing under point as much cover as we can.
Maybe we
Just
should play on the
destroys-
white side, like the side closer to the white. Yeah, play on the use that
Correct.
cover.
10 points for fucking micro.
Okay.
Yes, secure white for your healers. And your diva is going to stand on the bridge in between white and point, and everyone else covers point. So DPS and main tank. So basically what happens is your diva is available to peel for either side with DM. That will last long enough for the rest of the team to go back and peel for supports if they need to, or other way around. Just cycle off point like that. And control. That's it. Literally it. That's how you play that.
Alright, hold point, hold point. Farah's gonna be hard to hit you with your own point.
Yeah.
There's a Sombra on Ana. Sombra on Ana.
Can you engage, please?
Pharah's discorded up.
Farah,
below.
Farah. Oh, she just.
Yeah. So you should be playing for can engage. Okay. This is actually a good thing to teach you guys. Do you guys understand tempo in this game?
Nope.
The rhythm and beat side, yeah.
So it's hard to.
It's
The
hard to s-
easiest, okay, the easiest way to think about this, the easiest way. Each team comp is going to be, in general, you're going to play around certain abilities or certain characters. So, based on how active that character can be, is the general tempo of a team. So, if a certain character, so say for example that your team decided, okay, we're going to play around Ana nade every single team fight, and we're going to wait for Ana to get a nade. Okay, that's their plan. That's their tempo now. So they are playing around Ana's cooldown. So they're playing that slow. Now, the team that has the most active important characters, so the teams that have the best cooldowns or the best ability to actually be impactful on their character that's important, yeah, is the team that has the higher tempo. So they're the ones that are gonna play a bit faster. It's the easiest way I can tell you guys. So in this situation, who do you think is the higher tempo team? Who is important on what comps, and who has a higher tempo as a result of that?
There's Sombra and the ball.
Anyone disagree with that?
I mean, their Sombra can hack, the ball can slam. We have, I mean, what can we engage on? Like Winston jump, Genji dash, Anani.
No.
Yeah, they have a
No,
lot.
you know what? We should be playing around Discord. We really should. They don't have a Discord, and we have a Discord. We're Dive. That we should be playing around Discord, which has unlimited tempo because you can just literally switch it every second or less.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah,
Discord
but-
doesn't mean you instantly kill something, dude.
Yeah, but the thing is, okay, the reason why I disagree with that is because for us to get Discord, and then what, like, they're gonna play sidelines because they have that Widow and that Pharah. They have at most their Sombra and their ball are gonna come in close. So either we wait on them to come in, and that's when the Discord happens, which is still their tempo, or we have to like dive on them and Discord, but that's playing into their sidelines. So
So rather than
agree
thinking
with-
about abilities at this time or cooldown timers, think about, okay, their team, the basic plan is to hack someone and kill someone, or to nade someone and kill someone, or to power drive someone and kill someone. So you can say that Hammond and Sombra and Ana are the main important characters because they're the ones that are going to set up kills. They're the initiators.
Yeah.
They're the initiating points. So they're the important ones. They set the tempo. The
Yeah.
Pharah, Widow, and Mercy, they're more following up on what the rest of the team's doing. And the rest of the team being Hamster, Sombra, and Ana. They're the ones that are making the plays. Now, who on your team is doing that for you? Who is initiating the kills and who is following up?
I think I'm initiating the kill, and then the rest of them follow up.
and Tracer. Okay.
So the thing your team is playing around is if Genji gets anyone low, or Tracer gets anyone low, and then the Genji gets a dash reset. If the Ana gets a nade off, if your Zen headshots anyone multiple times. So you're basically playing around how much damage you can do to the other team. There's no clear ability on your team that actually like straight up initiates and so on, other than Arnonade and Sleep Dart. What else on your team is gonna clearly disrupt the enemy outside of just doing damage? Nothing really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just Arnonade and Sleep that really affects your enemies. Yeah, if you're like catching the entire Fire Barrage, maybe, or if you catch the nade, yeah. But still, the main one on your team is Ana. So you're already so you guys get where I'm coming up with tempo now. So already they have 3 characters setting a pace. You have 1. They are the higher tempo team. They have more opportunities to make things happen. So you, as the slower tempo team, now need to make a decision. Okay, do we just try to play their tempo and then hope something happens, like they make a mistake, or do we play our own tempo, which is a smarter thing to do? Play around to Ana, play for cannon engages. So whatever they are doing, you're playing slow enough that you can deal with it. You've secured your healer positions in the white. Okay, your D.Va is ready to peel for them. And now you're just ready to take some damage, contest the point, and once they start making mistakes, once they use their important abilities, and you see opportunity, then you can go. Or if your Ana hits that nade or that sleep, then you can go. But otherwise, you're playing for cannon engages. The only time you can really actively go ahead is when you have your ults, and that's only with Ana, like Nano Blade, with the bomb you can initiate, Pulse Bomb. Those only like those 4 ultimates are the only ones, and really it's only in three instances. So those are sort of 3 ways you can win a team fight with ultimates. But overall, you're the slower tempo team. So until you hit that ultimate fight, you need to understand that you're the slower tempo team, that you need to play for cannon engagers, and that you need to secure position on the map for your healers and make sure that you're staying alive. Biggest thing I can tell you guys. So switching comp is not always the right thing to do. You can still win with a slower tempo team versus a higher tempo team, but you sort of have to make that decision. This is where the shot calling decision comes in. Like, do we continue playing like this, or do we change it up? But once you make that decision, once you've chosen that decision, you need to then commit to that fully. Like, you need to secure everyone's position. You do everything right. Does anyone understand tempo now to some extent?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, you guys will get there.
Oh, she just moved herself away.
I gave you guys the most simplest explanation I could of that. Yes, yeah. I'll just say yes. But there are other bullshit. There is other bullshit involved. But for now, I'll just say yes. So it's the options that they have available and the amount of opportunities they have to make a play happen.
Okay.
Widow.
I don't know sleep.
Alright, I'm gonna dive Widow.
Widow's at bridge.
Doing Summer as well. Summer's going white room.
Roger. Pharah's
Tag
just
on
above
Pharah.
the bridge. Widow's
Tag
at white.
twice.
Widow's at white.
Okay, D.Va, we're gonna dive Widow. You ready?
On the right.
Yeah, on the right. Ready?
Okay. Yep.
She's
3,
on
2,
point.
1,
She's on
go.
point.
She's in courtyard on
Back up,
dildo.
back up,
Everyone's
back
gone.
up, back up,
Heal,
wait,
heal,
wait,
heal.
back up.
What was that engage called?
Widow
Engaged
just-
on
Widow-
Genji.
Widow used grapple, so she jumped up. I don't think we could see Genji, to tell you the truth.
Okay. Once you get the, are your healers going to be able to help you?
No.
No.
Yeah, you never secured position for your line to like make sure that you have line of sight with your healers. Like you never did. When you as a main tank, like it's just every tank in general, you need to, when you decide to commit to somewhere, you need to know that you're going to come out of that alive in some way, shape, or form. This you sort of jumped in hoping for the best. Like you didn't secure your healer's position. You didn't have like Primal ready to go to help you out. Like it was just a bad decision. Just be aware of that. Know where your healers are. Make sure that you're helping them get to a good spot for you.
Is there a Sombra behind us?
Ball bridge.
In that instance, the
Ball just got it,
ideal thing
bridge.
needed to happen. You want to
Ball's
keep
low,
DPS got
ball's low, ball's low,
picks.
ball's low.
Full dead.
Sombra one
Are
point.
dead.
Playing too
Okay.
passive.
Sombra right side and white.
Ball's low.
Did I just hear Farah dead and she wasn't even
no,
dead?
Is there
You get a pick.
No,
And
no,
you
but-
guys.
I swear someone says Farah's dead and I can see her flying around.
Oh no, I didn't hear it at least.
is there a Sombra behind us?
Okay, you get a pick. And everyone starts freaking out, but they're not actually calling anything important. What should be happening? You've just got an important pick.
Our healers are still rotating, so
Oh,
maybe Monkey should come back. Like while we're waiting
Healers
to
are rotating. Okay, so you agree that your team is still trying to unstagger themselves.
Yeah.
So who should the target be? Who is pressuring those important characters right now?
Yeah,
Oh, why are your tanks like? Why is Winston off here doing his own thing? Like, why is
I'm with Genji. Genji's next.
immediately when that happens, you should be like, is anyone pressuring important characters on my team? Yes, there is. Target that person. Is that immediate thought that should come up? Immediate thought.
Ball.
You want to maintain your advantage. This is especially important for main tank players. You need to help your team maintain advantage. So where you decide to go and the target you call is very important for this reason. You need to maintain that advantage.
Ball bridge.
So everyone should have already been moving here or here already, pressuring the ball. Same time, you guys would have seen the Guardian Angel come out for the res. So by taking this position here, you're already protecting the res.
Ball just got it, bridge.
Ball,
Ball's low,
one
ball's
point.
low, ball's
Ball
low,
one
ball's
point.
low.
Okay, so you guys have decided targeting, but it came too slow. And I'm not sure if he gets out. If he does,
Full dead.
gets out. No, it does. Still there. The people who committed to that other side on white died eventually.
Sombra one
Are
point.
dead.
Okay.
Jack is
Somewhere-
popping off. You guys are still too passive. Micro, it's all well and good to hide and play
Mhm.
safe. But I legit would have just ran at their fucking Farah though.
Someone's called Farah
Uh,
dead just then, and she's still alive.
He meant Ana. He meant Ana.
Oh, okay.
Or Ana, Farah, no, like whoever's alive, like you standing where you are now
Yeah.
is bad. Like, go on
Okay.
point and fucking shoot everything, dude. Like, this is where you live as Zen.
Sombra right side and white.
Oh, I know. I was peeling for our
Everyone's
widow. I
on
was
the
trying
widow.
to put
Widow
orb on
dead.
her
Widow
and then
Mercy in the room.
First one,
Uh,
first
get her
one,
out.
first one, first
on
one,
point and pressuring the Farah there. You would have
oh,
stopped
that's
attempt
true.
of ult happening. Even if you shot her once, she would already have to think like, you're a good shot. I know you're a good shot. So I know you're gonna hit more than one shot. But even if you hit that one shot on her, she's already not gonna be able to like use a barrage effectively. You're gonna kill her in like another 2 shots.
Yeah.
Another 1 shot more likely because other people were looking at her. In that case, Ana was looking at her.
Uh-huh. I just saw our widow
You
get
solo could have
fucked
won that point for your
by-
team.
Right. I was watching our widow get screwed by a battle mercy on like next to the gazebo, which is why I turned around to help our widow. I mean,
Fine.
So-
It doesn't mean you have to walk towards him. You just throw an orb and look the other way.
yeah, fair enough.
Okay, seriously, the Farah's doing the most work, and she has the least priority, even when I'm calling her.
They have nano walls, EMP mines. I'm gonna use bomb to try and get the pharmacy if I see an opportunity.
They use Barat to
we have nano blade.
better. You won't have to worry about Pharaoh. You're not killing your targets fast enough. I can
Yeah,
already tell.
no.
You don't have to worry about that other random bullshit. Just plan your engage. I like how I wasn't even watching this game and I predicted that.
He's dead, he's dead.
Found a group.
Wait,
No, no,
granted,
Nate.
granted,
There's
granted.
not a blade in here, not a blade in here.
Alright,
Widow's right.
Why'd you bubble?
because he's anti and he can't get healed, and I want to engage. Well, I don't want to engage at all at this point.
But why bother?
I think he's just scared that you'll die.
Yeah, you're too scared as a main tank player, bro. But that it's a bad thing. It's you can't be scared. You need to be in the. You need to understand that your abilities matter. Like you using that bubble is actually fucking huge right now, dude. You've basically stopped it. You've made it so your team can't push with any hope of like having some form of safety. Like they are automatically going to take a huge amount of risk by pushing across that bridge now because you've used bubble. Because they have Pharah, they have Widow, and bubble is two things that stop those characters from killing your supports. A diva is a diva. She has armor. She has fucking like 600 HP. Like she's not gonna die instantaneously. Like, and I'm pretty sure she does boosters anyway, so she can always go back. Don't be so scared. Don't be so scared.
Widow's right side of white.
We'll just here.
Okay.
You get those.
Hey, Widow,
Widow just got it, right side.
Why is no one checking on the supports?
You mean our supports?
Yeah. You guys all just ran across and abandoned your supports here. I'm just
Yeah.
looking at this and like I can already imagine what's gonna happen. Without
get
even knowing the
EMP.
Sombra is there, this is a bad situation.
Yeah.
Oh motherfucker.
Like, that doesn't look like 10 seconds.
Bit too much there.
This is a
Should be
fight-
around 70%.
Right side of white.
We'll just here.
Okay.
Hey, Widow,
Widow just got it, right side.
I'm sleeping.
Shouldn't our supports have moved up with us? They were just jumping around by themselves.
Mm.
Yeah, but then like you guys are chasing stuff without actually asking your supports or like you're not communicating your supports basically is the biggest thing.
So I should have called out I was stuck and
Yeah, you should just be like, oh, I'm still across the bridge. Like your fucking positioning matters as support, yeah, and you know that.
yeah.
So if you're out of position, you need to let your team know.
Okay.
And vice versa, your team needs to be checking on your positioning. You know, because you need to know where your supports are.
Widow, no shot! No
I
shot!
can't, I'm dead, I'm dead.
Like this, none of this would happen if you guys
I'm dead, I'm dead.
turned around and killed that ball straight away.
I can't come with the MP.
Hey, we're still here?
Mercy.
We can nanoblade, we can nanoblade.
Hold nano blade
Going
and set
point.
up.
Sitting on point.
Use your primal to stall.
We'll leave it there.
I got slept. I couldn't use primal. That's fucked.
You can't
We've
touch.
already covered a lot of material.
Mm.
So major things: understanding your enemy's tempo, and then basing your plan off that as well. You can't just go into these fights with no plan. It's the biggest thing. Planning is the biggest thing. It's just the number one thing right now. From this VOD review, planning. Just work on it. Just talk more. Talk about what your team has. Understand. Oh, okay, they're gonna play a faster team fight tempo than us, so we can try to play this way, or we can do this instead, or this is important for us, so why don't we try to use this instead? Just talk. That's all I want to hear. Just always just start theory crafting in your own time. Use your shower time to start theory crafting about comps or some shit. Just start working those brains in Overwatch. Just put your brain in Overwatch mode. That's it. And as soon as it's in that mode, you're gonna start thinking.
Did he just cut out?
I'm sure that was really inspiring, but he just cut out.
Yeah. I was
He
gonna
didn't
say,
cut
I
out
was
for
like,
me.
is that fucking me?
Really?
Really?
Not for me.
All I heard was put your brain in Overwatch mode and from there on you start and then he
It's
just
all good. You guys don't need to hear me rambling anyway.
okay.
Just start thinking Overwatch. That's all.
No, I think he means in our own time and then in scrims.
Yeah, just start thinking about shit. Like oh, like if they're running this comp, then what's strong about that comp, and just once you start thinking about comps and like certain characters and like, oh, what makes this character strong? Oh, well, maybe this character could counters that because they're weak at this or that they're strong at this. You'll eventually start picking up mistakes that the enemy team is doing once you start thinking of Overwatch in this way. Like, oh, how can I exploit this or how can I do this? Like, just think about Overwatch more. Is the biggest thing I could say. Any feedback from what you guys were watching today? Anything you guys want to bring up?
Yeah, there's something I want to bring up. I think we need to establish comps, like we don't have to play these team comps every map, but we need to establish team comps because literally the first fucking start of every match, it's just talking about let's run this, let's this. No, let's not run that. Let's run this. No, let's not run that because of this. We need to have a set comp because at the moment we're just picking things that feel right, not things that are right.
Yeah, you will. Don't worry. Once you organize a permanent main support.
I think it's
Makes me feel good.
I don't understand why it's irrelevant to main support or not. Whoever's playing the support position should know how to play.
It's
basically
relevant
every.
because you need to know what your main support is good at. Okay, then you can make an ideal comp for all players. You need to know how good your teammate is at ult tracking because it's the main support's job to ult track. There's a lot of things, and I need to know how they like to play, like what their positioning is in the team, like how are they a playmaker? Are they like a main support that babysits the team? Do they like to fucking go on weird flanks and shit? Like this is all important things to like actually make comps that will work for your team.
I think having comps that even if we don't know who the person is, we can always change them. But at the moment, just picking things off the fly is kind of shit.
Okay, think about it this way. Do you want to spend time practicing something and learning something only to throw it out like a week or two later? Why not just learn something that's going to be good from the start and just become really good at that thing? And in the meantime, up until like, and however much you're delayed by getting actual set comps, use that time to fix your foundational skills. Like I'm telling you guys to, comms. Stop trying to win. Just work on your fucking comms, and you come out at the end. You're thinking about the short game right now. I'm thinking about the long game, dude. Just fix your other bullshit while we try to organize the comps and the main support play, man. This is a transitional period for the team, and you need to think of it like, oh, this is a time where I can improve my knowledge and improve my skills. Yeah? Nah?
There's another thing that I wanted to bring up is I feel like our main tank gets bullied a lot, and we don't know how to help him with that. And I'm not sure like what
That's always
needs
gonna
to
happen.
be. Something's gonna happen.
But okay, so there's a few reasons for that. One of the major reasons right now is Galileo's positioning, but that's also because he's not used to playing with you guys. I can see that there's some of that in his gameplay as well.
Right,
One of the major
give
things.
me 1 minute. I just got to pick up my Uber Eats. It's literally just arrived.
Yeah. So main tank positioning. Your general like wasting your resources all the time as soon as anything happens is also not helping that fact. So it's just once you guys fix these basic mistakes that you're making every single fight, that will improve. So don't worry about all that too much. That's all just happening because you're looking at the consequences of your mistakes that you're already making right now. So just fix those mistakes and you'll be fine. Anything else? Anything from that game that they remember that they want to bring up? They feel frustrated. They feel like they're getting killed by anyone a lot. They feel like they would like to play something else.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, it's you learn how they do practical comms, like how they actually use it in a way that they can, make plans of, and what they recognize what's important. Yeah,
Hmm.
well, that I think comms is heavily based around like how much a player recognizes of what is important in the game, and that comes from knowledge of the game, and that's what I want you guys to improve first before actually trying to look into too much of like how Overwatch League, like don't commit to a style of comms that you're not going to be actually able to understand as to why it's good or why they do it like that. Like build your understanding first. Yeah. You, yeah. Yeah. It's good. Set a standard for yourself. Set a standard. You guys. Oh, I don't know if those videos have the comms. I will actually try to find. I will ask around. I shouldn't be doing this, but I will ask around my coach friends. I know some of them have Overwatch League comms with the VODs, so I need to ask for the links. But otherwise, you guys should still have that link for just general point of views. For like every single Overwatch League player for I think stage 1, stage 2 this season. Go through those and just look at different players in your role, and just if you found that your positioning felt off on a map, or if in general like you felt like you were doing nothing on a map, just go watch and pay attention to their positioning is the biggest thing. Like don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about how they're aiming or or what they're trying to do as a team. Like just watch how they're positioning on that player on your role, on that character or whatever you want to learn. Just watch where they stand. That's all I want you to do, because I think it'll help you a lot. It's the biggest thing.
Hmm.
If you don't have the link, I can post it again.
We have it. We just pinned it.
Cool. Anything else? Sorry, bubble usage, your positioning in general as an off-tank player needs to be a bit more adjusted to being ready to respond to your supports as well. Like so sort of the biggest mistake you're making is positioning, and this is why I was like bringing up the position thing with the Overwatch League VODs, whatever. You need to really understand the abilities that you have and the maximum range of those abilities, and based off whatever maximum range is, base your positioning off that. So if you're a Zen, for example, and orb can only go on a certain character at a certain distance, yeah, you want to be in line of sight at that distance at some level. So same thing with D.Va. If Matrix only goes to 10 meters now, then you want to stay within 20 meters of someone, because then you can boost to help that person, or can just walk there within a certain amount of time. So just try to position yourself more in the center of your team and become like a sort of center point. It's like a center point ready to react to whatever the other team's doing. In all of tanks, like even Zarya, it's all well and good to go pressure their team and be up in their face when you're high energy, but if you're not sort of doing anything, then make sure you're positioning in a way that you can help your teammates at the edge of the fight, or position yourself in such a way that you're in the middle of your team, but you're sort of like you're pushing out a flank, like so you're contesting a flank. So rather than trying to take the fight at the front of the fight, you can be like, oh, I'm going to secure a flank and be ready to heal for whoever, but I'm also still at least damaging someone, or at least I'm making sure that this entire area is cut off. Yeah, and I noticed it. Like you did it a few times, but it's just making that more consistent. Right. I will call it there. I think that's more than enough.
Mm.
Spent what, hour 30? Yeah. Thank you guys for showing up, and thank you for listening to my rambling.
Yeah.
I hope. Did you guys record that, by the way?
Yeah, we did.